This video, I want to highlight, talk about quantitative investing. You know, it provides, the power to enhance your returns through data. The entire strategy is data driven. It has to do with, you know, making investment decisions based on mathematical models, algorithm, statistical analysis, and other related procedures. So you make investment decisions not based on emotions or sentiment, but it's essentially data driven. You inculcate algorithm, statistics, mathematics. This method use a data driven strategy to identify patterns, to forecast market behavior over time, to manage risk, and to it equally employs sophisticated technology and large databases to be able to utilize this particular strategy effectively. So we'll look at the key concepts of quantitative investing. So generally, it's an investment strategy that uses mathematical models, as well as earlier, statistical techniques, data analysis to make investment decisions. The objective is to leverage algorithm to achieve consistent objective and often systematic investment decisions, potentially outperforming traditional discretionary investing. It involves huge level of data analysis, algorithm, powerful computer and databases. It's not for the individual investor. It's for big mutual funds, hedge funds, and institutional investors. So how does it work? The first process involves data collection. So we gather vast amount of historical data, real-time data, including prices, trading volumes, economic indicators, and other relevant metrics like that. It's not for the individual. So it equally incorporates model development. You create a mathematical model that can identify patterns. It can identify trends, and it can equally create relationship between these data models that include factors as such as momentum, mean reversion, or statistical arbitrage. It's not for the beginner. It's not for a typical individual investor in the market. It equally has to do with algorithmic trading. Trading based on algorithm, using algorithm to execute trades based on signal generated by the models. I think this is what Renaissance Investing is. That company, incorporates or utilizes this kind of investing, Renaissance. And so this, involve high frequency trading, automated portfolio rebalancing, and systematic trading strategies. And not only that, it incorporates back testing. You have to back test your model and see its suitability for application for future returns. And so this model incorporates historical data to evaluate their performance and robustness before deploying this strategy into live trading. You also have to do with risk management, implementing risk management techniques to control exposure and manage potential losses. Often through diversification, you incorporate hedging and other risk mitigating factors. So we want to look at types of quantitative strategies. You have the factor model, you have statistical arbitrage, you have algorithmic trading, as well as machine learning. These are advanced kind of investment procedures I wouldn't want to delve in, at least not in this particular video. There's factor models. It's anchored on factors. The statistical arbitrage, there's algorithmic trading based on algorithm, and there's equally, machine learning, kind of AI incorporating, incorporating AI, artificial intelligence into investing. So what are the benefits? Number one here is objective decision making. When it comes to this decision making process, it has to do with objectivity. So it then reduces reliance on subjective judgment and emotions. It inculcates discipline, leading to a more consistent, you know, uh, investment decision. So you don't rely on sentiment, you don't rely on emotions. It is strictly data driven. There's no emotion in the entire process. And that gives you, you know, consistency when it comes to decision making, because the emotion is completely taken out of the equation, and it has that data driven insights. So it leverages large data sets or database and complex models to uncover insights and patterns that may not be apparent to through traditional analysis. If you want to analyze this company through traditional means, you may not be able to unearth or to be able to dig out factors that will help you to invest using this strategy. So it involves kind of high level data analysis, high level data acquisition. So another advantage here is efficiency. You know, so the process here is has to do with you know utilizing vast amount of data to execute trades more quickly than a typical human trader, potentially capturing benefits that are missed, if you use, human inputs. You what a typical human trader cannot accomplish, this kind of investing, can accomplish that for you. So let's look at the pitfalls of quantitative investing. There's that model risk, the risk that the model or algorithm may not perform as expected due to changes in market conditions or inaccuracies in data. The data may not be always accurate. And once you invest based on inaccurate data, it will impact your result negatively. There's that particular risk of overfitting. That's the risk of developing models that perform well in historical data but fail to generate or to perform well in the future. It's possible you could backtest a data and it proves it can perform in the future, but it may not actually perform in real life trading. That's the danger of overfitting. You call it complexity. It requires advanced technical skill. That's why you see those firms. They employ what you call quants, PhD holders, to develop these models for them. And so the resource involved is quite high. To develop, to implement, and to manage quantitative strategy is resource intensive. But the brain work involved is not just for anybody. That's why they hire smart, talented individuals to help them, in this strategy. And it's that high cost. The development and maintenance of quantitative models and trading systems can be expensive and result intensive. When you hire A-listers, you hire PhD holders, you hire quants in mathematics, in modeling, in statistics to develop these models for you, then the amount you pay them as salaries, their wages, is typically very high. So it's a high cost model Although the returns will be high, but the cost implication is not just for anybody or for every